And from here, we're going to select Get Data from an Excel workbook. I'm going to find the data source that I downloaded and select Open. There should be 3 tables in my workbook: Campus, Graduate Demo, and our Fact CCRM indicators. We're going to select all 3 of these pages and then select Transform Data. In Power Query Editor, we're going to review each table and remove any of our blank rows. Next, we want to make sure that all the tables have the correct headers. If any table does not, you can always go to Home, Use First Row as Headers to make sure that that's selected. From a quick check, it looks like we're good to go with Student ID through Special Education. For our Campus ID one, we can see that there might be a slight issue, so let's go ahead and select Use First Row as Headers, and then that should fix that. Once all of that is done, we're going to click Close and Apply on the left-hand corner. We're going to wait a second for our data to load, and then now we want to go to our model view on the left-hand side just to make sure that everything is connected in the correct way. Now we can see that since this is all good to go, we're going to want to go to our table view, and we are going to switch over to our CCRM indicator table. We're going to select the year column, and under formatting, we're going to select from the drop down, and we only want to show the year, so we're going to select that last option. Okay, we are all set to go. So now we're going to go ahead and click on the report view to get started.
Data. Instances, remove, improve, synthesization, header, graduate table, student ID, special ed, email, improve, table, education share, and info, and then data view, table, year column, format will be just the year format, so it says the info data in 2018, 2022. And then if you go to the middle here, this is the first table. These are the 3 dimension tables. First dimension is campus ID, it's manager 1, and then this one is student ID, manager 1, and then the certificate. Now the certificate.
Before we build our visuals, we're going to want to add our background page. We've already downloaded the image that we want to use, so we're going to select the visual component of our report. Then we're going to expand Canvas background, and we're going to select that image that we downloaded, our May Session 1 dashboard background. And then we're going to change our transparency to 0, and then we're going to change our image fit to fit. So you should now be able to see the Longhorn aspect on the left-hand side. So now what we're going to want to do is create a title for our dashboard. We're going to want to go to Insert, Text Box, and then from here we are going to want to input the following: Class of 2022, College Readiness. And so we're going to want to change the color of this text. So we're going to click on the Format menu. We're going to do More Options, and then our hex for this font will be 215, S is in Frank, the number 9, and then A. We're also going to want to make it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and bold that and make it probably about 32, and then stretch it out, and then let's move it on over here. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to duplicate this page 3 times. So on the bottom, we're going to right click and hit duplicate, right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. Our first page, we're going to double click to rename our table of contents. Our second page, we are going to double click and rename as CCMR Indicator Snapshot. Our third is going to be Campus Comparison. And then our last is going to be the readiness of economically disadvantaged students. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to aim to make navigating between the different dashboard pages effortless for users. So one effective method of doing this is by integrating navigation buttons. So let's go ahead and incorporate those into our dashboard to enhance our experience. We're going to go back to our table of contents page, and then from here we're going to go to Insert on our top ribbon, Buttons, Navigator, and then Page Navigator all the way at the end. So our buttons should appear on your page, and you can see that the buttons correspond to the current page is highlighted in a distinct color compared to the other pages. So because we're on table of contents, that one is highlighted black. This visual cue will help users identify the page they're currently viewing. Now let's format our navigation buttons. There are many ways that you can customize these buttons, and there is a resource tagged in the step-by-step instruction to explore these options. For this dashboard, we want our buttons to be arranged vertically and to be sure they match our color scheme. I'm going to begin by dragging it down just a little bit so I can see it not over our header. Now, with our navigation button selected, we're going to go to our Format Navigator on the right-hand side, and under Visual, we're going to expand our grid layout. And then from here, we're going to change it from horizontal to vertical. Now let's drag this down so it doesn't look so smushed. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit skinnier and then move it to the right-hand side so that it aligns with the width of our little sidebar. Now we're going to update that color scheme. So with our navigation button selected, we're going to go to our Format Navigator once again, and under Visual, and we're going to expand Style this time. And then we're going to change our font color to white. And as you can see, some of it disappeared. We're going to turn off the border by unchecking our border. And then we are going to expand the fill option. And for our color, we're going to put in the color we've previously used for our text, which was the 215, F as in Frank, 9, A as in Apple. Now we want to ensure consistency across all of our pages by copying and pasting the navigator buttons onto each page. This will help provide users with a uniform navigation experience throughout the dashboard. With the navigator bar selected, we're going to hit Control-C. Then we're going to go to the next page and hit Control-V. We're going to continue that to all of our pages. And as you can see, as we are pasting it, the different page is being highlighted that it's on. Now we're going to add subtitles under our dashboard title. Titles for each page. So going back to our table of contents, we're going to click on our text box, expand it a little bit. And for the first one, we're going to put table of contents. We're going to select it and make it a smaller font and italicize it. We're going to do this for each page of the dashboard, that way users and stakeholders can also know what page they're on. So going to our next one. Keeping in mind that if your text kind of goes out of screen, you might have to just click on your text box and move it down a little bit. Once we've updated all of the subheaders for our dashboard, we can go back to our CCMR indicator snapshot, and let's go ahead and begin on working on some visuals for our dashboard. So starting with our CCMR indicator snapshot,